The Trojan War, a legendary conflict in Greek mythology, was sparked by a seemingly simple event, the judgment of Paris. Paris, a prince of Troy, was asked to choose the fairest goddess among Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. Each goddess offered him a bride. Hera promised him power, Athena offered wisdom, and Aphrodite tempted him with the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen. Paris, swayed by desire, chose Aphrodite and was promised Helen as his reward. However, there was one major complication. Helen was already married to Menelaus, the king of Sparta. Undeterred, Paris sailed to Sparta and, with Aphrodite's help, abducted Helen, taking her back to Troy. This act of defiance ignited the fury of Menelaus and his brother Agamemnon, the king of Mycenae. They assembled a vast Greek army determined to reclaim Helen and punish Troy. The Greeks, with their mighty fleet, set sail for Troy, embarking on a journey that would last for 10 long years. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations fueled by love, betrayal, and the insatiable thirst for vengeance. The Trojan War would become a defining moment in Greek history, immortalized in epic poems and tales passed down through generations. The Trojan War was a battleground not only for mortals but also for the gods, who chose sides and actively participated in the conflict. Aphrodite, having promised Helen to Paris, naturally sided with the Trojans. Hera and Athena, angered by Paris's judgment, threw their support behind the Greeks. On the battlefield, heroes emerged on both sides. The Greeks boasted the mighty Achilles, a near-invincible warrior with a tragic flaw. His rage and pride were legendary, as was his skill in battle. The Trojans had their champion in Hector, the noble son of King Priam. Hector was a courageous and valiant leader, deeply devoted to his family and city. The war raged on for years, marked by epic duels, bloody skirmishes, and moments of both great heroism and heartbreaking tragedy. The gods intervened frequently, influencing the course of battles and manipulating events to favor their chosen side. Amidst the chaos and carnage, the fate of Troy hung precariously in the balance. After a decade of relentless warfare, the Greeks grew weary. Their assaults on Troy had been met with fierce resistance, and they longed for a swift end to the conflict. It was then that Odysseus, the cunning king of Ithaca, devised a brilliant, if deceptive, plan: the Trojan horse. The Greeks constructed a massive wooden horse, hollow inside, and presented it to the Trojans as a peace offering. They pretended to sail away, leaving behind a single warrior, Sinon, to convince the Trojans of the horse's authenticity. Sinon claimed that the horse was an offering to Athena, and that bringing it inside Troy would grant them divine favor. Despite the warnings of some, including the prophetess Cassandra, the Trojans were persuaded by Sinon's lies and their own desire for peace. They hauled the colossal horse within their city walls, unaware that it held a contingent of Greek soldiers hidden within its belly. As night fell upon Troy and the unsuspecting citizens celebrated their perceived victory, the Greek fleet stealthily returned. Under the cover of darkness, the Greek warriors concealed within the Trojan horse emerged, opening the city gates for their comrades. The Greeks poured into Troy, unleashing a wave of destruction upon the city. The Trojans, caught completely off guard, were overwhelmed and slaughtered. Troy, once a proud and impregnable city, was sacked and burned to the ground. Helen was returned to Menelaus, and the surviving Trojans were either killed or enslaved. The Trojan War, sparked by the judgment of Paris and fueled by the wrath of gods and men, ended in a devastating victory for the Greeks. However, their triumph was not without its costs. Many Greek heroes, including Achilles, perished in the conflict. The war left scars on both sides, shaping the course of Greek history and legend for centuries to come. The Trojan War serves as a timeless reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition, the fickle nature of fate, and the enduring power of love, revenge, and human drama.